Heat, also a former Buffalo Sabre who was in town with his hockey camp going on. I'll tell you more about that and what's going on in his career. Joining us for the next half hour is former Sabre Jason Dawe. I mentioned yesterday today's show we gossip. So Jason is here and great to see you. Love to do that. So you're down in Charlotte now, and you've been. I know you coached for the Checkers for a year, right? When you're in the East Coast League.
Yeah. I was trying to get into coaching. I think I'm open some, getting the opportunity to get into coaching. It happened to be the year before they moved to the American League with the Carolina Hurricanes. So once that happened, they brought their own coaches and met kept on with coaching. But since then, I've developed a pretty good spring hockey program, AAA program called the Southeast Nationals. It's grown. We started out with 2 teams 2 years ago, and now we're at 4. It's called the Southeast Nationals, but now it's expanded to the Northeast. And a good friend of mine, Mark Bovis, who's coaches the Amherst Knights in town, is a big part of the program as well. Guys like Steve McCurry down in Charlotte, who's a scout for the St. Michael's Rays in the NHL. Just good guy, good hockey guys getting involved. The program gets really developed.
We're going to talk more about that and how it's developed in the South, because most of us here in the North. And
over the last 4 or 5 years, I think it's grown tremendously. And it's not only that, but we have Mike Hartman down here, former Sabre, that's involved with youth hockey a little bit down there. And like I said, good hockey people that are passionate about growing hockey. So with that, it's grown quite a bit. And the quality's actually come a long way in the last 5 years.
Let's get back to, we'll talk about your career, then we'll talk more about what's going on with Southeast Nationals and again why you're here in town. But looking at your career in Buffalo, and you had 3 very solid years. This is after a great junior career.
Yeah.
The Pete's, the all-time leading goal scorer in the regular season for that, for single season goals, right? Am I correct in that?
All-time leading goal scorer.
All-time leading goal scorer. That's selling you short. Well, there's something in the future. I've heard about the French Connection statue that's going to the plaza on the other end of the arena where we are here, and then there's going to be a plaque on those bricks in the columns.
Yeah.
You'll have a plaque there. Jason Dawe will have a plaque there.
Wow.
Every alumni is going to be recognized in Alumni Plaza.
Wow, I had no idea.
Yeah, well, it's going to be dedicated the October 12th. It's going to be dedicated the day before the. All right, the fans, if you have a question for Jason Dawe, 803-0550 or 1-888-550-2550. You can send your question via Twitter to @SabresHotline or @KevSylvester. We'll take a break. We'll spend some more time with Jason Dawe. We'll talk about his hockey camp while he's here in town and the Southeast Nationals and his work with that. All that and more with Jason Dawe here on Sabres Hockey Hotline on WGR Sports Radio 5. And we're wondering why you're telling you, a hockey camp going on this week and also going next week, right?
Yeah, last year was our first year we did a hockey camp at the Northtown Center in Amherst, and it went over very well. And then this year we decided to try 2, and we've got really good numbers. We have good people involved that are very passionate about it, and it's I'm there the whole time. It's evolved.
Listening right now saying, how do I get my kid in that camp? Is there, obviously there's not a room this week or midweek, is there room next week at all for anybody to get in? I'm just going to ask the question before I get tweeted the question.
I appreciate it. Actually, to be honest with you, it's sold out.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, it's a great thing. Next year, I mean, we might even do 2 young camps that we're doing this week, and then 2 older camps because it's evolved the way it has. So
you're involved in youth hockey. You have the Southeast Nationals in the spring down in Charlotte. It's a AAA team. Tell everybody about that program and what it's about and what you do with it.
Well, it's like I said, it's the Southeast Nationals, and it's called the Southeast Nationals because I live there now. But we recruit kids from all over the country, looking for an opportunity to get recognized. And then once I put them in an opportunity to get recognized, I try to promote them to prep schools, Division I schools, and even junior leagues. I'm actually a scout for the OHL Peterborough Petes as well. So, but it's an opportunity for kids to be put in the right position to get recognized and to hopefully do something with a career.
Again, for the parent listening right now, what caliber of player are we talking about to play for the Southeast Nationals, to play at that AAA level, to be recognized, to go to these tournaments that you're playing where the scouts come to and people call you and say, hey, tell me about this kid? What level of player are we talking about?
Well, I mean, obviously the elite AAA player. I mean, in youth hockey, you have to kind of do your best to be realistic on the caliber of your son, and it doesn't mean that you know, if the kid is 10 or 11 years old and he's not an elite AAA caliber player, then he can't become that over the course of the years. It's up to the kid to put it in the effort to do the right things on and off the ice, sacrificing and somewhat lifestyle to kind of get yourself in a better position to become the best hockey player possible. But we are trying to recruit elite AAA players so I can promote them to the elite schools, to the elite junior leagues, to create a reputation that way.
Sure.
Most recently, we were just up in Boston playing in the Chowder Cup, and former legendary referee Paul Stewart, I'm sure you remember the name.
Oh, sure.
He got talking to him, and one big thing he said to me, he said, Jason, I heard great things about your AAA program. If you know kids, really good hockey players that are good in school, good families that want to get play really good prep schools. I have some really good contacts that could potentially offer them a free full line, which is huge, obviously.
Sure.
So those are the kind of connections that we have, and trying to promote kids to a bigger. I try to be realistic with them and give them a general idea. Like this weekend, we're doing for my Southeast Nationals program. Mark Mobus up, and he's a very good head coach in Amherst, the Amherst Youth Hockey Program. But him and I are doing a combine for the 1999 birth year at the Northtown Center. But part of the thing what we're offering there is, for one, we're trying to recognize elite players for our teams next spring. Number two is that we're going to evaluate them and then give them a general idea of what the kid needs to work on moving forward, good, bad, or different. And we told the parents like some things you might not want to hear, but some things you might, and this is the reality of the situation. So,
in the final minutes here, Jason, what would you tell any parent out there who wants their kid to play hockey, or their kid is starting to play hockey? What advice would you give the parents out there to have their kids start in sport?
Well, for one, I mean, the kid's going to want to do it, not the parent. That's number one in my opinion, because there's a lot of parents that see the lifestyle of Buffalo Sabre and the glamorous stuff, but the kid's got to want to do it and enjoy it, not just do it to try to become an NHL hockey player. That's number one. Number two is that if I'm a parent, because it's not cheap nowadays paying for your kid to play youth hockey. If I'm a parent, you got to make sure your kid's putting the effort in to make it worth your investment. When I was growing up, my father said, he drove a cement mixer in Toronto, and was the most dedicated father off the ice and on when I was playing. But he flat out told me, he said, listen, if if I had a bad game, no big deal, but it was the effort that was not there. And he told me, he said, if you're not going to put forth the effort, then we'll put you in house because I'm not going to fork out the money to have that effort. And he was right, obviously. I mean, but that's the biggest thing for me to tell a parent and a kid. If your parent's going to put forth that investment and hard-earned money that they earn.
Jason, how do folks find out about Southeast Nationals and Jason Dawe hockey camps?
You can go to southeastnationals.com. Most of the information is there. My information is on there. Email and phone number. For my hockey camps, it's Jason Dawe, prohockeycamps.com. Same thing. All the information is on there as well.
All right, great stuff. Appreciate you taking the time. Enjoy the rest of the time here in Buffalo, and hopefully next year's 3 weeks.
Yeah, thanks, guys.